that it was given the nickname the gates to hell.
And these are the halls that they walked, and that's where we're walking tonight.
Some of the bloodiest walls in a prison that we've ever heard of.
What was that? I don't know.
We are about to get absolutely wrecked by some severe thunderstorms.
Yes, we are.
You can come a little closer. Oh!
Wow. If you're mad that they locked you up down here, can you touch that again?
Wow. Oh, I was about to ask it to do that.
Music box just went off.
Did you hear that?
What did you hear?
I don't know, it sounded like a voice.
Dude, I heard a step.
You did?
Yep. Who's standing right here in front of me?
Whoa.
Everything's going off, man. Whoa, dude.
What was that?
Are you messing with our stuff?
Are you for real? This place is crazy.
Dave, I can't think of a better way to celebrate Halloween here in the mountains of Tennessee than to walk back through this gate and spend the night investigating a place that we have been dreaming about since 2013.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go right through these gates. And we're going to go into this prison where some of the most evil people were kept, some of the bloodiest walls in a prison that we've ever heard of.
Yeah, this place has a reputation that precedes it, a legacy of being so violent, so dangerous, so cruel, that it was given the nickname the gates to hell. Tonight, for our Halloween special, we are going to investigate the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. There is so many parts of this prison that I have even had dreams about, that I have just been itching to get in here and investigate. And tonight we're finally here. Tonight we are finally getting a chance to go in here. So in a couple hours when the sun sets, these gates are gonna open and we're gonna go in to see what waits for us inside the cells and halls of Brushy Mountain. Are you ready?
I am absolutely more than ready for this one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary was built in the shape of a cross to symbolize salvation, but its origins were much more secular. Money. The driving force behind the 19th century incarceration was enslavement. Before the penitentiary was thought of, the state of Tennessee was grappling with the abolition of slavery, so they'd arrest and incarcerate young African-American men for the pettiest of crimes, give them unbelievably long sentences, and then lease them to mining camps to mine coal. But this left many career coal miners out of work and without a job. And it was a bloody revolt that saw gunfighting between miners and federal troops sent to protect the inmates incarcerating the camps that would start the process of ending the leasing of inmates. The miners lost the skirmish, but the practice was outlawed shortly after. So the state of Tennessee found a way to put the inmates back to work in the mines by getting into the coal mining business themselves. They purchased this plot of land in Petros, Tennessee, built their own mines here, and Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary was born. In 1896, the prison was made up of wooden housing units of appalling conditions, much like the camps they originally lived in. For inmates, death was around every corner. Dangerous mining conditions, disease, starvation, and even state-sanctioned punishment killed thousands of inmates who were given no other choice but to work for the coal the state would sell to make a profit. For those inmates, this place was truly hell on earth.
All right, it's official, Dave. Night has fallen and we are driving in through the gates to hell.
Yes, we are.
To the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. And if this experience wasn't already creepy, we are about to get absolutely wrecked by some severe thunderstorms.
Yes, we are.
And if that doesn't charge things up, I don't know what will.
Here we go.
Here we go. Through the gates of Brushy Mountain.
We're here.
We're inside. We are officially on the compound.
Wow. This is really cool. There it is.
There it is. We've been thinking about this moment for years, and here we are.
Here we are.
Wow. So we're officially inside Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, and we are getting ready to do a walkthrough of some of the hotspots, some of the areas people have seen paranormal activity, some of the areas where some pretty violent deaths occurred. This place is absolutely intimidating, creepy, but historical. And tonight we have some very special investigators that are going to be joining us. We're going to be joining them. Here with us today, we have Kalani Ghost Hunter.
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing out there? I'm known for live streaming on TikTok, but I met Paranormal Quest at West Virginia Penn, and we've been trying to get something in the works for a while now. So I'm glad that we could figure something out. And I'm from Tennessee, so Brushy is one that I've had on my list for a long time. What's really cool about this place, out of a lot of the other places I've been, is you mentioned Brushy Mountain, and there's usually already a synonymous quote of that place is haunted, or that place is creepy, or there's something there. So I'm super excited to see what we get here tonight, especially knowing how dark some of the history is here.
Absolutely. And then also we have his wife, Savannah.
Hello.
Right over here.
And I try not to pee my pants. I'm a little bit scared.
Savannah's done pretty well, but she said when we pulled up, this place makes her feel a little uneasy.
Usually not too nervous anymore, but for whatever reason, this place is freaking me out a little bit.
It is very intimidating.
Yeah, very.
And then we also have Josh and Kyla back here. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah, this is.
I'm kind of scared, to be honest with you. I definitely feel like this place is gonna show us some stuff.
This is the first time, like big time, like prison that I've done, so it's a new experience altogether.
So what's interesting is when people go to prison, right, especially a place like Brushy Mountain, there really isn't another route for life for them to go. When they come here, they call it the end of the line for a reason. I mean, this is the final place that people would go in their life. And these are murderers, people that have committed some of the most heinous crimes you can think of. And these are the halls that they walked. And that's where we're walking tonight.
By 1931, it was apparent that they needed a new prison structure. The small wooden buildings held nearly 1,000 inmates, and the living conditions drew comparisons to the Serbian prisons of the Soviet Union. But when it came time, the inmates did the backbreaking work to break apart the sandstone to build the new cross-shaped penitentiary. And by 1934, it was sealed off from the world with stone walls stretching 18 feet towards the sky. This is the Brushy Mountain we see to this day.
And we're not even kidding you whenever we tell you this is the first time we're stepping foot in these buildings. We have not been in here at all.
The tour was like 5 minutes because it started pouring down rain, so we just went back. So we've never, this is creepy.
Though coal mining remained the main source of prison labor for more than 50% of the penitentiary's history, the mines were closed in the 1960s, and the prison was reclassified as a maximum security institution. This ushered in a whole new era of violence into Brushy Mountain's history.
27, 28,
28's
right over here. Is this what she was talking about?
That was his
This was
last-
James Earl Ray's.
Final
His
holding
last
cell.
one.
This cell was James Earl Ray's last cell before leaving Brushy Mountain. In 1969, Ray confessed to committing the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And after being given a 99-year sentence, he was brought to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary because he was a known flight risk. This fortress was known for being one of the most difficult institutions to escape, but that didn't stop Ray.
7 inmates went over the back wall at the Brushy Mountain Prison around 7:30 last night with a makeshift wire ladder. Among them was James Earl Ray, the convicted assassin of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Ray has once again been put on the FBI's 10 most wanted list.
He didn't die here, but this was the last cell that he stayed in. And a lot of people that have come here have gotten in interaction with what they believe to be James Earl Ray. But I kind of think because so many of the entities here know there's people coming here looking for James Earl Ray, that just to get some attention, they'll say they're James Earl Ray. That's what I would probably side with. But, I mean, it's possible that he could be here.
It is.
It's no doubt that James Earl Ray's presence escalated racial violence within Brushy Mountain. On June 5th, 1981, Ray was attacked in the laundry building by multiple other inmates armed with a 12-inch knife made from a window brace. They stabbed Ray 22 times. He had wounds to his face, head, neck, and chest, but ultimately survived. It took 77 stitches, and an hour of surgery for the doctors to close the wounds. 8 months later, this tension would erupt again into a violent display that occurred just 2 tiers above our heads.
So this is the floor it happened on.
Yes.
On the 9th of February, 1982, 7 white inmates sawed through their bars of their cells to escape onto the 3rd tier. They used homemade knives to take officers hostage and take control of one of the officers' pistols. All of the other cells were still locked. There was nowhere for their victims to go. Using the .25 caliber pistol, 12 to 14 shots were fired into 3 cells. 4 men were shot. 2 of them died.
But it also makes you think the energy, not just the spirits, but the energy trapped in here, because the men that were locked in these cells, some of them literally hiding behind mattresses to keep from being shot by these aggressors. It makes you think the fear that might still be soaked into the walls, along with the spirits of the people that died.
As we're walking this tier where the horrifying murders took place, my camera suddenly stops recording. I know that I didn't stop it, because we always make sure to film these walkthroughs in one long clip. And unfortunately, it took me quite a while to realize that my camera had stopped recording.
What? Somehow I stopped recording.
Uh-oh.
We'll find out when I stopped recording. Hopefully it wasn't long ago.
This is just the first of many incidents that we are all going to experience tonight.
Get a shot of this. Literally, I had 2 hours of battery left on this.
It just corrupted that whole wax file.
Are you for real? This battery just went to 0.
And now that file that we just filmed is going to have to be recovered.
Of our cameras mysteriously malfunctioning.
I'd like to find that at the hospital.
I think it was the top floor, right?
Yeah.
The darkest spot.
Yeah.
That's what they said. That's the only place they've had negative energy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, people have been scratched.
Actually, the hospital's on the same level that we're on now, but we're so lost that we don't even know where we're going. But as we start to ascend the stairs to go to the 4th floor, away from where the hospital is, we all hear something that catches our attention.
And then across, we have to go back outside to get to that D block where they said the death house.
What was that?
What was that?
I have no
That's
idea.
a loud knock.
That was allowed.
That was a bang.
And then across, we have to go back outside to get to that D block where they said the death house.
That house.
Whoa.
What was that?
The death house.
That house.
Whoa.
What was that?
Dude, that was so
That was loud.
That was.
As we all try and follow the sound that we just heard, we round the corner, and sure enough, there's the hospital.
But what are these doors here?
Oh,
What are
yeah.
these cells?
Could they be medical units
They could be.
to isolate people?
We thought we were supposed to go upstairs to find the hospital, and we didn't know this was here. We were looking for this, but it's like as we were getting ready to go upstairs, it led us here
Yeah.
with that sound.
This hospital is going to be of particular interest to us tonight, as our host told us that this hospital is the only place inside the prison that they feel something malevolent resides. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we come back later.
And it was interesting as I was walking up the stairs when we heard that noise. It was almost like, nope, wrong floor, come back.
Right.
It was weird about the timing. I think that's what's even more interesting about it.
Our next place of interest is D Block, dubbed as the New Hole in the 1960s. This was punishment inside the institution. Even when it was first put into operation, the block got a bad reputation in the eyes of the inmates because it was built on the site of the old death house. This is where what little freedom the inmates did have came to die.
So we're getting ready to head into the most violent, deadly section.
Yeah, this was the one that when we did our very brief tour, the tour guide told us that any former inmate that comes back to tour this place refuses to go in this building because of just how violent and how just absolutely depressing it was in here.
The only reprieve from the isolation was a cage where individual recreation took place. Just to walk from their cells to the rec cages, inmates were handcuffed and shackled to prevent any problems. Loneliness, isolation, confinement, chains. This was life in D Block.
Ooh, there's a different vibe in here.
You have to imagine what it probably would have been like walking through here when there were inmates here. Just not only hurling words and insults at you, but then also gassing them, which was when they would throw urine and feces and just bodily fluids out of the cells at the officers and stuff. You could imagine this would all be issues that they would have in here as the inmates became aggressive and more angry with the officers. This is all stuff they would have to deal with in these types of areas. Even their showers had bars. Was that you?
No.
That was like a solid like thud.
I heard it.
Yeah, that was loud enough that it felt like it vibrated.
Hang on, let me make sure. No, that ain't me. This is
No,
concrete.
that wasn't you. That was it sounded like it was.
Can you make that sound again, please?
Even their showers had bars. Even their showers had bars. Was that you?
No.
It had bass to it. Whatever it was. There should be another one at the end of this hall, if I'm not mistaken. No?
Like that, yeah. On the
Yeah,
wall.
that's what it sounded like, but just not by us. It was. Wow. That's what it had, that bass to it.
Despite how horrifying things were in D Block, what it replaced made this feel like summer camp.
Oh, wow.
In the basement of the laundry building, there are 4 cells with a thick steel door. There were no lights, so complete darkness covered the cells at all times. Physical torture was routinely implemented, and men went mad.
Tied by their thumbs to pulley cords, hanging from the ceiling, toes barely touching for up to 30 minutes. They made it a little bit bigger, though, in 33 to 4 by 8 by 10.
Just the energy in here. As soon as I looked down this hallway, it was like I could feel that
Yeah.
that anxiety,
Yes.
that trapped, like I was trapped.
Can't even fit through the door.
How small it is. I'm like, I have to, yeah, we gotta. That's pretty small.
That is tiny.
These inmates were physically trapped in these cells with only their minds to keep them from going mad.
Ooh, scratching tally marks on the wall. No heat, no AC. They would lose their vision within days.
We have no doubt that energy has soaked into these walls, and someone will be waiting for us down here tonight. It's no secret that exercise areas are dangerous parts of any prison. Attacks are always carried out in the moments that would be most brutal and efficient. Plus, it's an easy place for inmates to gather if they wanted to plan to start a riot.
So they had a planned takeover here. And I guess before they could execute their plan, they had a makeshift plywood door, and guards busted in and lined everybody up against the wall.
It really makes you think about how close at any given point in time, how close these inmates were to starting a riot, and how easily they can take over.
In total, the casualties of Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary are said to number somewhere over 10,000. Mining accidents, disease, and violence are just the tip of the iceberg for this deadly place.
A lot of the problems with Brushy is they were kind of understaffed, and that's part of why they went out of business, right? Because a lot of these prisons require funding from the state, and the reason why Brushy closed in 2009 was there's another one about 20 miles down the road, and they decided to upgrade that one instead of keeping Brushy open. So if they would have decided the other direction, we would not be standing here on a paranormal investigation.
Yeah.
The history of this prison speaks for itself. It was the end of the line for so many men who were unfortunate enough to find themselves here. And though some found redemption, for others, the cells of Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary truly were the gates to hell.
All right, so we are officially in night vision. We are starting off the investigation separate. We are taking 3 different parts of the building that are far away from each other, so we won't hear each other. This place is big enough. There's no way we're going to be contaminated. Josh and Kyla went over to the gymnasium, and Kalani and Savannah are going to be going to death row in the hospital over here. We're in our own building here in D Block, so this is where the most violent inmates were and where some of the most severe solitary confinement was in the later years. So I'm excited for this one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
If you'd like to watch this first session from the perspective of Kalani and Savannah, or Josh and Kyla, You can find it over on their YouTube channels, Kalani Ghost Hunter and Hauntings with Hodge.
All right. Man, you can feel it just coming to the threshold of the door here. You can feel the energy in this place.
Yeah.
For now, we're going to focus on our investigation of D Block, where the most violent of Brushy Mountain's inmates were kept.
Oh, you know what we didn't do? Put batteries in these damn headphones.
Whoa. Mel's
Something
going on.
just hit. Mel just went. Here, you do that. I gotta go run and get batteries
Okay.
for these headphones.
Hello, is there somebody here with me? Are you upset that I'm here? I do not like the feeling in here, you guys. Is there somebody in here with me? Somebody was making that device go off over there. Can you do that again for me?
Right now, to get into this session as fast as we can, I am actually wearing a set of headphones called the Lucid headphones by Lucid Audio. These headphones are amplification headphones. They have microphones built into it. And we have discovered that when we wear these headphones, you can hear different frequencies. When we first turned these headphones on and tested them out in our home, you could actually hear the frequency coming from the Wi-Fi router. So that to me says that there may be more capabilities to capture voices at different frequencies that our ears can't hear. I'm running an audio output from the headphones into a digital voice recorder, so anything I hear, you all are going to be able to hear as well. And we want to thank Adelaide's Haunted Horizons for sending us these headphones and for allowing us to have them and use them to see what we can capture. Is there someone here with us? What happened?
Something just touched the back of my head right there. Like pulled on the hair on the back of my head. Did you just pull on my hair? Make yourself known.
Just a little bit ago, someone touched that box that's sitting in the doorway there. We also have one down here that has bright red light. Both of them you can touch. Both of them you can make the lights turn on and sound make noise. And then you can come stand next to me and speak right beside my head so that I can hear about you and your story.
You want to go down this way a little bit?
Yeah. If there's anything that you want to knock over to let us know that you're here, feel free to throw things.
Can you make a sound and let us know where you're at? What did you do to get put in here? Who did you hurt?
Oh, Lord.
I heard that was a man's voice.
If you can hear me, sir, can you please walk up to this red light in the doorway and try and make it turn on? Just try and touch it. Something's about to happen.
You feel it building up?
How many years did you spend in here?
I heard that.
Come on down that hallway and touch that red light right there. I know you're over there. I can feel it.
We heard the death house used to sit right here where this building is. So it used to be the death house, and now it's where they put the worst troublemakers, To lock you down and lock you up. Which one are you? I wonder if this being right here, that camera can even see that. I'm going to move the REM pod back over so that the camera can see it. The action cam down there. If you see us walking by, yell out and speak to me.
I know, I think I have a cold coming. My nose is, oh, could be hay fever as well.
Something just
I do, yeah. Oh, 1 minute.
Who's slamming stuff? Anybody in here want to start a riot? Anyone want to start an uprising? We heard a story that the Brushy Mountain convicts were the meanest and baddest convicts that there ever were. That this was the end of the line. Can you show us what you're capable of?
I have a headache.
Have a headache.
Yeah. Well,
Coming around this corner here. See this right here? That's all you have to do. What time you got?
11:38. We got 20 minutes.
Okay. You want to do a ghost box? Or a ghost tube
Yeah. Where do you want to set it?
sweep?
This hallway? Or you want to sweep it?
Now I want you to use this thing to communicate with us. Just come through and talk to us. Can you tell us your name?
I need to go.
Where do you need to go? Do you know that you're dead? Did you kill somebody to get put in here? If there are any spirits in here right now of inmates who killed somebody in this prison, go down there and make that red light go off. If you killed somebody, I want you to make that red light alarm down there. Just touch it. You were proud of that in here, I'm sure. So show us.
Is there anyone here that took part in that awful killing? Upstairs, they called it the hostage shooting. I thought I heard something right there.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in here who took part in that despicable event? We're coming down this way.
Seems like nothing but a bunch of cowards in this block. We're here in your house. You can't even come out and defend it.
Whoa, dude.
What?
Get a shot of this. Literally, I had 2 hours of battery left on this. It just dropped to nothing. Out of nowhere. Did you just take all that from my camera?
We're going to be the new guys on the block. We're going to take this house over. And you're going to listen to every single thing we tell you to do. My friend here's a little aggressive. What if I just asked you if you wanted a smoke?
Matthew.
Anybody in here want to smoke? Camera dead. Did you take all the power from my camera? This is brand new. We haven't even been in here for a half an hour. EDI just went off.
Come on down here and talk to us.
Besides my camera battery being drained.
Whoa, dude.
What?
Get a shot of this. Literally, I had 2 hours of battery left on this.
The loud slamming sound we heard. And the millimeter alarming.
Oh, you know what we didn't do? Put batteries in these damn headphones.
Whoa.
Mel just went.
We've had a pretty quiet session here in D Block, so it's time to meet back up and try something different.
Okay, guys, so to introduce a little bit of chance into this investigation, this next session we're about to do is going to be similar to how we started the night in pairs, but we're kind of randomizing the pairs a little bit. Now, the girls are going to be together because we all thought it'd be a good idea to send 2 women off on their own inside of this prison complex, because if there is an entity here, they're probably going to want to interact with them more than us, just being honest. But the rest of us, we're going to flip a coin and see kind of who goes where. So I'll flip first, and we'll see. I got heads. Okay, Josh, flip and see what you get here. You got tails. Perfect. That lines up good. All right, Ryan. All right, it's been decided.
I'm going with Josh.
Ryan's going with Josh. I'm going with Dave, and the 2 girls are going to be together.
Alrighty.
Now that we have our teams, Dave and Kalani will go up to the hospital, since Savannah and Kalani didn't make it up there on their first session. Josh and I are going to the hole, where isolation and torture were used as punishment. And Savannah and Kyla will go to D Block to see if they have better luck than Dave and I. We'll be focusing on the hospital and the hole. If you want to see Savannah and Kyla's session, you can find them on the Kalani Ghost Hunter and Hauntings with Hodge channels.
All right, so Josh and I are headed down into the basement of the laundry building. This is where the old hole was, where some of the most brutal treatment of the inmates actually was carried out. So I'm excited to get down here and see what happens.
All right, so we're walking into the only part of this entire prison complex that our tour guides actually said there was something negative.
This is, I believe, where we heard that noise earlier.
Yeah.
And then across, we have to go back outside to get to that D block where they said the death house.
Whoa.
We thought we were supposed to go upstairs to find the hospital, and we didn't know this was here. We were looking for this, but it's like as we were getting ready to go upstairs, it led us here. Yeah. With that sound.
Do you guys have one of these?
No, not even familiar with
They're
it.
really cool. Once I get them straightened out and they're not glitching off each other. It's like having 12 K2 meters on a strand.
Oh, wow.
So they each activate independently. So they're really good for doorways, hallways, anywhere that something would have walked. But they will pick up EMF.
I'm coming in. It's interesting. Whoa. Millimeter was just going off. If you're mad that they locked you up down here, can you touch that again? Thank you. Can you step away from that, please, and come down here and set off the music again? It's going up to like orange. Wow. It just maxed it out.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Now it's just quiet
Yeah.
altogether.
We don't mean you any harm or disrespect. We just like to communicate with you.
Whoa.
Oh, the whole line just lit.
Yeah, that was cool.
Well, thank you for doing that for us. If you were a patient here, can you make one of our devices go off? It's picking something up.
Yeah.
Something's coming close.
Whoa.
Coming closer to us.
Oh, yeah.
The device Kalani has set down beside the EMF tripwire is an ultrasonic motion sensor and can not only detect motion, but the distance at which the motion occurs.
I'll move that bag. Oh, hey, whoa.
I see
We
that.
got light flashing to yellow.
I see that.
Can you come a little bit closer to us? I'm going to switch off infrared so you guys can see that color there.
All right, Kalani, I'm going to set my camera right here on this music box and actually go grab my other camera.
Okay.
That's me.
Dude, it just zapped my battery.
Really?
Yeah, and now it says memory card full and we still had like 20 minutes.
Holy crap. Still, that one's still gone off. It's me passing through.
It just corrupted that whole last file.
Are you serious?
Look.
Dude, what? That sucks.
At this point in the night, my camera unexplainably stopped recording on the walkthrough. Our camera battery unexplainably died in D block. And now Kalani's camera battery is drained, and the file is mysteriously corrupted. Luckily, his camera's built-in recovery feature was able to repair the file, but it seems something about the energy of this place is wreaking havoc on our cameras. And it won't be the last time this happens tonight.
Oh, we got it back. Thank you, Canon. That's weird.
Whoa.
I want to know what was up with this.
The music box going off?
Yeah, and it's positioned like taller than me right now, I think even.
Whoa.
No, wait, no.
No, it's pointed the other direction, man.
It was like that one off, then that, but now that's going.
Right.
Did they like walk out and just kind of like leave?
Maybe.
Any chance you could come back in here?
Do you want to try a spirit box? If there's anyone here in the hole that's locked up and needs to get out, I have a box in my hand. Come through and talk to us. Let us know that you're here.
Did anyone tell us what they did to you down here?
Just a few minutes ago, Josh saw you light up that music box in there. You stand in front of it and it'll play a tune. That's how it works. Can you do that for us? Try and get as close to me as you can and see if you can speak through this box.
Okay. Did you die in this prison? We got a response right when I asked that with a tripwire, 2 last nodes. So you passed away here. Is there something negative in this area? Something darker? No way!
What?
It spelled out hat.
You like Kalani's hat? Whoa, something went off here when I said that. By the way, my name is Dave, and this is Kalani in the hat. Tripwire.
It spelled out the word hat. Now, the way this device works is it'll tell us why it's being set off. So it's picking up mag EMF, and it registers as mag. So it literally spelled out the word hat. So something has to select each letter.
Okay.
So it's not like a word bank or a dictionary where it spits out a word. Something has to select each letter to spell out whatever it's trying to spell.
Wow.
So it spelled out hat. Wow. I've only had it really work well one other scenario.
That's pretty impressive.
Do you like my hat?
I'm going to leave this camera sit right here on the music box because, like Josh said, if we go out there and walk away and this music box starts going off, it's going to be very interesting. Let me show you how this works. Can you do this for us? Just like that. We're going to walk out here and give you some space. Are there any convicts here that ended up getting locked down in the hole? Music box just went off again.
I was just going to ask him what types of punishment they did,
Yeah.
just to get more into that, because I mean that's recorded, but who knows what they could get away with.
Right. Behind closed doors in a dark basement, who knows what they did to him? What did they do to you down there? My name's Ryan, and this is Josh, and we are here to talk to you. Can you come out and just let us know you're here somehow? You've been touching this stuff, but can you speak to us?
We were definitely interacting with this device on the ground, and we heard music playing from in there. I'm sure being stuck down here and tortured even, music would be kind of like an escape, something to kind of let you forget any pain you went through.
I hear the train a-comin'. It's rolling round the bend.
Kalani tries to incite activity by singing Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues. And for copyright reasons, we can't play his full performance. But as soon as he finishes singing, both he and Dave hear something approaching.
On down to San Antonio.
You
Oh,
like-
what was that? On down to San Antone.
You
Oh,
like-
what was that? On down to San Antone.
You
Oh,
like-
what was that?
Did you like that song he was singing? Would you like him to sing another song? If you do, light one of these up.
Dude, I'm getting like the sense that somebody's like watching me in this hallway.
I believe it because I'm getting the same vibe in here.
Pretty active in here.
It is. Yes, it is.
Okay, I gotta. Oh, I was about to ask it to do that.
Whoa.
Can you make that whole line light up again for us, please? Just start from that end and run straight towards us. On the count of 3. No, not yet. 1, 2, 3. Run towards us. Keep coming. Wow. Something's interacting.
Yeah. Something's definitely in this.
It's in that little like cubby hole right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they're scared to come over towards us.
Are you a nurse or a doctor? We're not inmates. We're not going to hurt anybody.
Don't be afraid to show yourself. We're just here to give you a voice to tell your story. Why are you still here? I bet if you worked here, you had to put up with a lot of stuff. And I respect you for that. That's not an easy job outside of prison, and I can't imagine how hard it would be in prison.
So weird. Got nothing on the spirit box. Seems like someone was interacting with us, but just not vocally. Let's try and put it right here. We brought you another light up toy. Really? Huh? Yeah.
I walked in here, as soon as I walked in there,
It just went off.
like 3 consecutive.
Do you not want Josh to go in that cell?
I'm gonna do it again. Oh,
Whoa.
can I go in?
You don't want him in there, light it up again.
Oh. Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna come out of the cell again. Is that better? How would you know what to get though?
Could be a warning. Could be.
Do you know when we get punished? Are you trying to warn me?
I bet everyone that was in this prison was innocent, right? Bet if we interviewed all of you prisoners, you'd all tell us how innocent you were. Is that right? One of you must have zapped my battery, because our battery is down low now. What are you using that energy for? Are you using it to communicate with these devices? Tripwire went off.
Yeah, it's the first time in a minute.
It would be one thing, just one device consistently going off. But I mean, we've got music box.
Yeah.
You hear it?
Yeah.
You can come a little closer. You don't have to be afraid. Oh!
Wow.
Come a little bit closer. You don't have to be afraid of us. I'm not going to hurt you. Can you come touch my hand? Come touch my hand. Here, I'll get down here. I don't know if you're a child, because there's children here at one point, but you don't have to be afraid of me. I'm not here to intimidate you. Can you set this off on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Make that play.
Can you try the music one more time for us? We're really sorry that that happened to you, that you were treated that way, and that you were forced into punishments that were inhumane. Doesn't matter what crime you committed, you should have never had to endure what they put you through. You should have never had to have endured being strung up to the ceiling from your thumbs, or any of the other horrific things that they put you through here.
I want you to see how many of these you can make go off at the same time when I count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2.
Dude, I heard a step.
You did?
Yep, I heard a step. It was like a scuffle. Of course, my thing's dying. Of course.
What's that?
My camera.
Oh, yeah, mine's about dead too.
I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to say something through this box if you want to speak to us. Then I'm going to turn it off and we're going to start packing up.
Are you ready to hear from me?
That's interesting.
Hi. Were you sitting down or we starting to annoy you? Do you think I go off again? Just wave at us, tell us to get out. Okay, I will.
Wow.
I will respect that.
Notice the music box is pointing away from Josh.
Yeah, no, I was in the corner and it's still going. Okay? Thank you, though.
Who's in there? Wow.
Or their space, I should say. Yeah, I apologize.
Whoa. Everything's going off, man.
Are there 2 of you? Have you come back from your break?
That was not water.
That was metallic.
Yeah. Like we can hear the water dripping, you guys. We can hear the water dripping, but we're hearing sounds amongst those sounds.
Especially the metallic ones. And water's not going to do that.
No. Were you an inmate here? Are you an inmate here? Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going to take that as a yes.
Wow. Did somebody hurt you and you got sent here and you died here? Whoa.
Ooh.
The doors are open. You can come out here into the hallway and you can walk around in this room over here. You're not confined to these cells anymore. And now it just stopped.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to go meet back up with everyone else now and see what they got. We want to thank you for coming out and speaking to us. And we'll be around. If you want to come find us again, we'll be somewhere else here at the penitentiary.
Okay, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end this clip because this battery is dead.
Yeah, I'm out of battery. He's out of battery. We're all out of battery.
So let's do like a mini abandonment.
Yeah, just leave that there.
Yeah, go down and grab some batteries.
Sounds good.
Turn my
You're
extender
going to have to
on.
use your...
All right, guys.
we're leaving the room. You'll hear us exit. Once the music box stops playing, we're out of the hallway.
It doesn't take long for the equipment in the hospital to start triggering. Less than 2 minutes after Dave and Kalani leave, the EMF tripwire triggers at the closest node. Then, the second to last node at the same intensity, followed immediately by the ultrasonic motion sensor going off, as if whatever just walked down the tripwire passed in front of it. Moments later, it happens again, but this time, the motion sensor alarmed first, then the tripwire. Then the two alarmed at the same time. Using the order of the nodes on the tripwire and the motion sensor, we can track the movements. And from this point on, it perfectly alternates. Away from the camera, towards the camera. Away from the camera, and towards the camera again, but this time followed by a loud sound. It appears there might be some energy in this hospital that keeps pacing back and forth. At least that's what the equipment is telling us.
We are going back inside the laundry building downstairs. Josh and I had some interesting luck with the equipment down in the hole. And I know that was an area you also wanted to go. So we decided that since we were getting so much activity down there, we would grab the SLS camera, which uses structured light sensors to map shapes. If something that is a human shape pops up on screen, it'll map it with a stick figure mapping. And if there's nothing there shaped like a human, it could possibly be paranormal. So it's just another tool for us to use to help corroborate the evidence that we're getting. So
Yes.
that's interesting. Oh, something just popped up right there. I think it was like up on the wall over top of the doorway. That was interesting.
Is there somebody in here with us?
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
That was water.
Well, Gabriel, if you want to follow us, we're going to go downstairs.
Man, this place is so creepy.
Yeah. I'm going to put it on the floor. All right, to anyone that's down here in this basement, I've come back, and this time I brought Dave with me. This is my friend Dave. Whoever was down here earlier, making the lights light up, making the music play, we brought some of those same toys back for you. I also brought a little box that you can use in my hand over here. Put that right in front of this one.
Whoa.
You remember that thing, huh? I also have a camera here that'll let me see you. If you stand in the doorway to your cell, I might be able to see you.
Was this torture in here for you? Show us where you are. Are you for real?
What?
This battery just went to 0.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the second one that's happened. That's the second one that's done that tonight.
I know.
Just like that, another camera battery is drained. This is a completely different camera and a completely different battery than the other one that was drained in D block. So Dave decides to run back to base camp to get another battery. When he hands me the camera to point toward the REM pod, a message pops up on the screen saying that the whole file that we just recorded was corrupted.
Did it just die?
Hit okay.
Execute.
Yeah. What does it say?
Please connect AC adapter. Let me take it over there and plug it in.
I was able to repair the file on the card a few days later using a recovery program, but this night just keeps getting stranger. 4 separate cameras, 4 separate batteries, 6 total malfunctions, including 3 mysteriously drained batteries, 2 file corruptions, and a recording error. We have never been anywhere on our 12 years on this paranormal quest that has had this many unexplained camera errors. It seems the energy or spirits of Brushy Mountain Penitentiary are interfering with all of our cameras.
So we just had a bit of a mishap here that we can't really explain. I mean, we already had one battery when we were in D block be absolutely drained earlier. And now that's another battery, the second battery that we've had tonight that has dropped from over an hour's worth of time of battery life down to just nothing. So also, after it dropped down to 0, the camera somehow malfunctioned. And now that file that we just filmed is going to have to be recovered. I'm sure I'll be able to recover it, but it's very strange. It's very bizarre because that's the second time tonight that we've had battery drain, and then that's also a very severe equipment error that we don't get. Are you messing with our stuff? If you took all that energy from that camera, from that battery, to show us that you're here, can you make something go off?
More.
More. You need more energy? You can use my energy if you want. I said I want to do a solo down here in the hole, and guess what? I'm getting my wish. Is that what you wanted? You wanted me to be in here alone? Now's your chance. Whatever you wanted to do, let's see it. Can you show up in front of me?
I'm on my way back over to the hole to meet back up with Ryan. This is the second time tonight we've had a battery go from full to drained. This place is crazy.
What did you do for them to lock you up down here? Okay, Dave's back. We're here to try and show the world that you can still talk to us after you've passed on. That there's more to life than what we know and what we can see and what we can hear, and that there is a possibility that we live on, our consciousness lives on, or at least our energy lives on. There it is again. We've officially hit the gates to hell.
That's right.
The temperature's dropping. Ooh.
Did you get something?
Yeah, that's weird. Who's standing right here in front of me? The temperature's going down. It's down to 66.4, but I was up to 67.5 a little bit ago. and there's a figure standing right beside. If that's you in this, can you touch that? Try and pick it up or knock it off. It's right there to your right.
No thanks.
You don't have to if you don't want to. Can you leave? Do you have to stay down here? Are you trapped inside these cells?
How long did you have to spend down here?
Did you hear that?
What did you hear?
Oh, it sounded like a voice.
Dave's camera audio captured the voice he heard, and it sounds almost electronic, but appears to be calling out for help.
Did you hear that?
What did you hear?
Oh, it sounded like a voice.
This is a sad moment. Had we understood what the voice was saying in the moment, we would have tried to help. And the next thing the ghost tube says would have made a lot more sense.
Open.
Open. Yeah, the doors are open. Did you know that? You don't have to stay in there. The doors are already open. Come on out into the hallway.
This just adds, to the validity of what you and Josh were having happen earlier.
Right. Yeah, you're right though. It adds validity to what, like you said, because since we came in here, nothing has gone off, and Josh and I had every piece of equipment that we set up go off.
I'll be interested to see if, when they went back up to the hospital area, if they had stuff go off or not.
So, Kalani's got his SLS camera there. We are going to head up to the third floor. That's
a trash can.
That was my nickname in high school.
Your nickname was Trash Can?
Yes.
So Kalani's got his SLS camera. We're going to go ahead and run up to the third floor really fast. We only have about 30 minutes left before we have to be out of here. So we are going to do the hostage shooting area because it's an area that no one has investigated tonight, and it is in a very...
It's supposed to be active.
Dave just fell down.
So sorry. Okay.
There's a hole there.
Don't point at me.
Okay. All right. So we are getting ready to go up to the third floor hostage shooting area. These are a part of the cell block where there was a very tragic incident where some inmates took some of the officers' guns and ended up shooting and killing 2 inmates and wounding others up there. So we haven't been up there yet. We only have about 30 minutes before we have to be out. So we're going to do this really quick and see what we can get up there. So you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
My name's Kalani. That was me moving. I don't mean you any harm, and neither does anybody else in here. We would just like to get a bit of your story if you'd like to share it with us. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and if you'd like to answer, now would be a great time for us to hear your story. So if there's anyone from the hostage shooting that would like to come forward and communicate, I invite you to do so now. What's that?
Water.
Oh, okay.
Just like PQ.
Talking to you.
Did it really?
It did. The envoy spells out words.
Yeah, so it goes energy, temperature variance, and touch.
Energy, temperature variance, and touch, and then it uses that to choose letters that it spells out.
Yeah, so the best way to describe it's like a digital Ouija board, but there is no human influence on it.
Right.
We had the word hat come through. So there's nothing pre-programmed in it. It has to all be spelled out letter by letter.
Gotcha.
Okay, here we go. Starting EVP. If there's anybody here from the hostage shooting, can you come to this device in my hand and say hello? My name's Kalani. What's your name? If you were a victim of the hostage shooting, can you tell me what caliber the gun was? If there's anybody here from the hostage shooting, can you come to this device in my hand and say hello? Water's so loud.
Yeah, it is.
My name's Kalani. What's your name? Can you make a loud, audible noise in this building for us? Is that us?
I think that's water.
If you were a victim of the hostage shooting, can you tell me what caliber the gun was?
You were pointing that way, weren't you?
I didn't hear anything.
With the live EVP session unsuccessful, Kalani suggests that we try an Estes Method Spirit Box session. Now, normally we would record the Spirit Box audio so you can listen too, but with only 15 minutes left in our investigation, we don't have time to go back to base camp to get the necessary cords to connect a recorder to the Spirit Box. So we'll just have to wait to hear what Kyla calls out.
She's good.
Okay. Is there any entity that would like to come forward and communicate with us tonight? If so, there's a girl with headphones on her head, and you can speak through that box in her hand. Can you come and speak with us tonight? Were you a part of the hostage shooting on this floor?
Was there a battle going on inside this prison?
What did you think about James Earl Ray?
Sounded like it said bitch.
Okay. Understandable. So you weren't a fan of James Earl Ray?
Was it depressing staying in here? How do you feel to have two women in the prison? I'm sure you didn't get to see women at all whenever you were here.
It's like the activity's like completely dead, which this is similar to pretty much everywhere else I go. You'll get that good period of just that good wave of energy, and then it's just.
Yep. As time goes on, the night goes on, it just dies.
Are you tired? Are you out of energy?
Sound like it said water.
Do you hear the water? Or is that where you get your energies from water?
Did you ever make it out of here? Even the energy feels dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't really feel like there's much.
Let me ask you this. Do you stay here because you want to, or do you stay here because you're trapped?
I heard something over here. That was not water. It sounded like a physical step. Are you still over in the hospital area?
Like all of my hair on my left side of my body is like raising.
How much time do we have? Here, you come with me to the hospital.
It's 3:30.
Yeah, we got 9 minutes. Let's go over here real quick.
Okay.
You guys stay over there and keep asking questions.
Standing next to her.
Kalani and I are going over here.
Can you tell us how many of us are standing here?
Okay. You got us alone back here. We're alone right now. Can you give us a sign that you can hear us?
Is this where your life ended? Did you never get to go home?
Is there a reason you stay in the hospital? Is this where you took your last breath?
If you're here with us, can you just gently tap her on the shoulder? You can't hurt her, but just gently tap her on the shoulder.
Were you stabbed?
Which one of these cells was yours? Which number?
Help.
You can come forward and touch me, kick me, scratch me, bite me. Do whatever you want. If you'd like to leave me a big scratch before I leave, that'd be pretty cool.
How can we help you?
I'm not afraid. I'm asking for you to show yourself and give us a sign that you can hear us.
We're getting ready to leave here in a few minutes. Can you say goodbye to us?
If you were alive today, what would be your final statement, quote, idea, thought? Tell us right now. Was there something in that hallway?
Yeah, I literally just felt like there was someone standing behind me there. As I was standing there filming Kalani, I kind of turned around and I got this overwhelming feeling that there was something standing back here behind me. But
Getting like a super cold chill like behind my legs.
Are you?
Yeah.
If you're down this hallway here, there's like 5 different things that you can trigger to go off down through there. Can you do that for us?
I don't know, I have like this weird like emotional thing now. Like I got a little teary-eyed, which the way I react to EMF, usually the higher it gets, it almost like builds up in my body. And then if it's really high, I cry and then I get tears. It's weird.
yeah.
But I have a little teary-eyed, which is weird because I asked, can you do something to me?
Yeah, give us a sign through you before we left.
And it's like a very emotional feeling, and hasn't happened in a while.
Even though this final session on the 3rd tier was almost uneventful, we still believe that we captured evidence here tonight.
Okay, I was about to ask it to do that.
If you're mad that they locked you up down here, can you touch that again?
That the inmates of Brushy Mountain Penitentiary are still here, serving an eternal sentence.
You can come a little closer. You don't have to be afraid. Oh!
Wow. For so many men, stepping through the gates of this prison was the beginning of their own hell on earth.
Okay,
Who's in there?
And for those unfortunate enough to die here, their torment didn't end. In death, unable to leave, just as they were in life, within these stone walls, they await their next visitors.
Well, that ends our investigation here at Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. This has been a dream come true, quite literally. This place is amazing. Crazy activity tonight, and it got a little quiet as the night went on, but that happens, So we are going to end it here, and we are going to review it and see what we captured when we weren't listening and what we couldn't hear. So we want to start off by thanking all of you for watching and thanking you for watching all the way to the end of the video here. Everyone that is